Up next, First Amendment fallout at the University of Missouri, the high cost of higher education, and OU students listen to the candidates and cast their votes. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for joining us. Students across campus are in the middle of a two-day election process to decide new leaders for OU student government.
And OU Nightly's Ashley Sanchez shows us that the candidates for president spent last night talking about diversity and gun control.
Students filed into Meacham Auditorium last night for the SGA debate. Presidential candidates had one last chance to persuade students into voting in their favor. Julia Depew's message was simple.
We just want diversity and inclusivity on this campus.
Isaac Hill emphasized the importance of change.
I feel like I've already been in a position to make important change on this campus, and I want to continue to do so.
Daniel Pay focused on the students.
So I believe that because of our experience, because of our commitment to helping students, we got a ticket.
Many students felt the debate was a success. It gave some a clear idea of who should get their vote, but nearly all considered their time well spent.
It was really interesting to see the different candidates and their perspectives on different issues, and I was really glad to see that they weren't afraid to kind of step out and challenge some of the other candidates and ask them about their policies and what their plans are for OU.
I have a better understanding about each candidate and who I would be more likely to vote for.
Voting is open today until 9 p.m. and Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Ashley Sanchez, OU Nightly.
And if you don't know where to vote, you can visit elections.ou.edu.
Well, the report cards are out on the issues of accountability and transparency, and Oklahoma has earned an F. The Washington, D.C.-based Center for Public Integrity issued the grade based on what it calls Oklahoma's failure to implement transparency laws already in the books. 10 other states also earned a failing grade from the Pulitzer Prize-winning news organization.
And it's 15 days till Thanksgiving.
It is, thank goodness.
One of my favorite holidays, a lot of food.
Lots of food.
And great weather. I like the chilly weather, but today was kind of above normal.
It was. Mandy, what do you have for us? What's going on?
Well, y'all are right. We are currently above normal temperatures all across Oklahoma. Most of us are in the 70s. Norman and Oklahoma City, the only few spots besides Idabel that are in the upper 60s. Now, normals this time of year are around the mid 50s. So you can imagine we are well above normal for this time of year. Tonight, we will cool off quickly once the sun goes down, but we're not going to get too chilly. Temperatures around midnight will bottom out in the lower 60s, and cloud cover is going to be increasing as we're heading overnight tonight. We have rain chances coming. I'll have more on that here later on in the show, but wind speeds currently are, well, a little gusty, not too bad over in the Panhandle, seeing wind speeds above 20 miles an hour. What can we expect tomorrow wind-wise? I'll have more on that coming up later in the show. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Mandy. A Tulsa Veterans Day parade will include a Muslim group despite efforts to forbid it. An American Islamic organization plans to march in the parade carrying American flags and signs honoring veterans. But a conservative pro-American organization tried to block the effort. Parade officials say they will allow the Islamic organization to participate as planned.
And University of Missouri protesters today openly welcomed reporters to cover their campus demonstrations. Yesterday, that was not the case.
You need to get out.
I actually don't.
All right. Hey, who wants to help me get this reporter out of here? I need some muscle over here.
This is all centered around the call for and then the resignation yesterday of university president over the failing to address racial complaints on the video. The video went viral late Monday, and by early today, social media and journalism organizations generally condemned what one person termed civic censorship. This afternoon, Mizzou journalism Dean Kurpius praised the student journalism, Tim Tye, for his poise and professionalism. He added, although the attention on journalists has shifted the focus from the news, it provides an opportunity to educate students and citizens about the role of a free press. Kurpius added that the faculty member who took part in challenging the journalist is sometime instructor at the School of Journalism. Her employment status is now being reviewed.
A scathing report could have a profound impact on the future of Russian athletics. Dylan Jasna joins us now in the News Center. And Dylan, what consequences could Russia face?
Bijan, the World Anti-Doping Agency wants to ban Russia from international track and field competitions, uncovering what it called a deeply rooted culture of cheating at all levels. The report accuses the Russian state of allowing and even sponsoring illegal doping. The International Association of Athletics Federation president said he's not ruling out banning Russia from the 2016 Olympics. They are giving Russia 3 days to respond to the allegations. More evidence suggests that a bomb brought down the Russian airliner that broke up mid-flight last month. Officials believe an airport employee may have helped plant it. Now, there's concern about airports in the U.S. The Subcommittee on Transportation Security says not enough is known about the close to 1 million airport workers with access to secure areas. A federal appeals court has, for now, blocked President Obama's controversial executive actions on immigration. The court upheld a lower court's ruling stopping the executive orders. The Obama administration is expected to take the appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. That's what's happening around the nation and the world. Bijan?
Thanks, Dylan. There's another GOP primary debate tonight, this time only featuring 8 candidates. This is the 4th Republican debate. The debate will feature Donald Trump, Ben Carson, Carly Fiorina, Marco Rubio, Jeb Bush, John Kasich, Ted Cruz, and Rand Paul. The debate is set to start at 8 p.m. in the Milwaukee Theater. It's hosted by Fox Business and the Wall Street Journal. And still to come on OU Nightly, we have both good news and bad news for Oklahoma's economy.
Plus, flat rate tuition doesn't necessarily mean flat rate fees.
Welcome back, and Tyler Jones is here today with Money Matters.
And Tyler, it's been a down month for the sales tax across the state of Oklahoma. Can you tell us about that?
It really has, Alicia. You know, November sales tax collections in Oklahoma City are in a slump. The city received $34 million in revenue, down nearly 5% from last year and 5.5% short of their projections. With these numbers, 5 of the last 8 months have seen a drop in sales tax revenue. And another hit in Oklahoma's economy as all major sources of state revenue were down last month. For the 6th straight month, the state's revenue declined from the same month a year ago. In October, the revenue was down more than $95 million. Energy industry production plummeted more than 56%, while sales tax is down more than 5%. And amid all the bad news, there's a bright spot. A 2-month program to collect back taxes with no penalties has widely exceeded expectations. The state projected Pay Right OK would bring in $35 million. So far, taxpayers have paid more than $95 million past due taxes. The program ends Friday, November 13th. And finally, through the ups and downs of Oklahoma's economy, one thing has remained steady: the rising cost of college. OU Nightly's Courtney Boggs shows us why students are struggling and what's being done to help them.
The students who walk together among OU's campus are not the same. They come from different cultures, countries, and ways of life. But what is it that these students have in common?
Every year, tuition has gone up.
I did notice the increase in fees, so I would notice that.
Since 2004, the cost of tuition and fees has increased by over $3,500 for residents and over $8,800 for non-residents. In fall 2013, the University of Oklahoma implemented their flat rate tuition program.
It provides one charge for tuition and mandatory fees. Now, there are other fees associated with coursework and academic excellence that are part of a student's tuition bill.
But even now that flat rate tuition is in full effect, the cost of attendance continues to rise. In 2014, 1 year after the launch of flat rate tuition, expenses increased $350 for residents and almost $1,000 for non-resident students.
I know people that have had to leave OU because they can't afford it.
The university does offer financial resources, such as scholarships, work assistance programs, and tuition waivers. But students are concerned that it may not be enough.
I had a lot of loans, private and public, or government loans, I guess. So lots of loans. So I still have some student debt that I definitely need to start paying off soon.
But it's just like terrifying knowing like, oh, I'm going to graduate with like possibly $80,000 worth of debt.
Officials believe that the flat rate tuition program will balance itself over time. But until then, the battle between debt and education will remain relevant to students alike. Courtney Boggs, OU Nightly.
And for more information on tuition and financial resources, please go to financialaid.ou.edu. And you know, guys, I'm sure we can all sympathize with these students out there. Almost $80,000 in debt. I'm sure I'm probably getting pretty close to there. I don't know about you.
Hopefully not that far, but I think it's just so sad, the students who can't finish out their education because they can't afford it.
Right, and that's like a down payment on a house or something, you know,
really
for
is.
recent graduates looking up to the next step in life.
Right.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler. And still ahead on OU Nightly, it was a close call for the Chicago Bears last night against the Chargers on Monday Night Football.
And Mandy Bailey standing by. Mandy, a front coming through.
Yes, it's been nice so far today and quite a bit warmer than normal. I'll have more on cooler temperatures and possible rain chances coming up next on Welcome back to OU Nightly. Now taking a look at the water vapor imagery, you can tell this kind of J-like feature that's a little stretched out over Colorado into Nebraska, and then this yellow right here in between both of those two lines. That is our next storm system that's going to impact us as early as tomorrow morning. Now this will bring some rain chances to Oklahoma as well as some very strong winds and a possibility of severe weather. Now thankfully here in Oklahoma that possibility does stay out in in eastern Oklahoma, but across the Midwest they do have an enhanced risk in southern Iowa, parts of Illinois and Missouri for the best chance for severe weather, including a tornado risk. So if you have relatives off in the Midwest, give them a call, let them know, have them stay updated for tomorrow afternoon for the severe weather risk. Here in Oklahoma though, we won't have to worry about that. Some small rain chances off in eastern Oklahoma will be the case tomorrow morning. Those aren't going to be a huge deal. 40% chance in McAlester and Idabel. I'm not expecting a washout by any means, just some light rain and a few showers here and there for the morning, and that will continue pushing off east heading into tomorrow afternoon. Now wind though will be a problem across all of Oklahoma. Winds speeds, this is sustained wind speed, not even wind gusts, and we're expecting those from 25 to 30 miles an hour through much of the state. In the Panhandle, I think they're going to see some higher wind gusts as well, and with all of these winds, we do have a wind advisory in effect for our day tomorrow. That does include portions of northwestern Oklahoma as well as northern Oklahoma. Doesn't include the Oklahoma City metro. It still will be windy, but with the cold front pushing in tomorrow afternoon and cooler, drier air moving into the region and those gusty winds, we do have a fire danger. Now the highest concern is going to be off in northwestern Oklahoma, and it does extend into the metro, but that won't be quite as high as it will be in northwestern Oklahoma. It still will be an issue here across central Oklahoma, so keep that in mind for your Wednesday afternoon. Lows tonight, though, we will be a little warmer than normal. Temperatures across the entire state in the upper 50s and lower 60s. And on your day tomorrow, well, we'll warm up quickly, but we won't have a huge warm up from the early morning hours to the afternoon hours. 68 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. Those clouds that we will see in the morning should burn off, and we should have mostly sunny skies for our afternoon tomorrow. And temperatures across the state will be cooler behind the front. Check this out, warmer in front of that front, so that won't have pushed all the way through tomorrow afternoon. Now that 7-day again, we have rain chances Wednesday morning, but sunny skies throughout much of the next several days. Now we have another storm system pushing in on Monday and Tuesday. That will bring us some light rain chances, but check this out. Those overnight lows are going to drop down into the upper 30s come later this week and even into parts of next weekend. So it's going to start to get a little chilly in those overnight hours. If you have plans in the morning, remember that.
And definitely want to bundle up for the cold or for the wind, because it can get kind of chilly out there with the wind gusts.
Yeah, you're going to feel a lot colder than it actually is with that wind chill factor.
So jackets and umbrellas, check. Got it.
Thanks, Mandy.
Thank you.
And last night was Monday Night Football. Courtney Boggs is standing by in sports.
Phillip Rivers and the Chargers lost all power last night against Chicago. And OU men's basketball has some new talent to show off on the hardwood. We'll tell you more. Sports is straight ahead. Thanks for joining me. I'm Courtney Boggs, and this is OU Nightly Sports. The Sooners defense will have their hands full this weekend when they take on a high-powered Baylor offense. Cornerback Dakota Austin hasn't missed a beat while filling in for the injured Zach Sanchez, who expects to be back this week to rejoin an OU defense that's ready to roll in Waco.
As a DB, you're going to get beat, but we just kind of have that mentality, like, you know, no one's going to beat up on me. You know, I'm that man, I'm that dog. So that's just one of the things that, you know, we're going to carry upon us in this game.
On the offensive side of the ball, center Ty Darlington and tight end Connor Knight appeared on Center Sports Pad last night. After playing a few games, Darlington talked about his group facing a physical Baylor defensive front.
Up front, they're going to do a lot of slanting, a lot of moving, and they have some very good players up front. Some of their defensive linemen are very good players, and they're going to move a lot. We have to be prepared mentally throughout the week so that we know what they're going to do before they do it.
And moving on to Monday Night Football, San Diego starts strong. First quarter, Phillip Rivers to veteran Danny Woodhead. But the tides turned quickly for Rivers and the Chargers. The Bears offense charging relentlessly. Look at this game winner, a one-handed catch. Incredible. I don't think he even realized he had the ball, to be honest. And the final score went on to be 22-19 Bears, and as you can see, Phillip Rivers was not happy. Sooner men's basketball continues their preseason this Wednesday against Mid-America Christian. The hype over OU's veteran squad has been noticed, but there are a few new faces you might want to keep an eye on. Marianne Maestri has more.
As expected, the Sooner Stars were on display in their exhibition opener against Washburn Friday night. All-American and Big 12 Player of the Year Buddy Hield ended with a game high of 20 points. A few of the younger guys on the team actually had their on-court debut at the exhibition game against Washburn this weekend. Some of the guys to look out for, Dante Buford and Jamuni McNeese.
Honestly, I was terrified like the first couple of seconds. I think it was so I started talking to Spain on the court that I got comfortable. You know, I felt like I was going to go in and forget everything, but, you know, I had Spain out there to help me, so it was good.
It was a good experience for my first college game. Pretty much everything I thought it was going to be like, you know, a little bit of nervousness, but overall it was a great experience.
Coach Lon Kruger and his staff will have Jamuni and Dante around together for several years, something that these two players seem to be excited for.
Like we do the thing every day in practice. Me and Dante are on the white team right now, so you know we've been playing together for a whole year now. It's just been me and him, so we have like this kind of like that connection, you know. Like so if I can't make it score in the post, I'll kick it out to Dante. He'll try to get a basket. He can drive it. He can shoot it. You know, he can do it all. So
he's an energizer bunny. When I'm out there, he feeds off me. I feed off him. Things like that. So he's a great teammate. Great to play with.
Hopefully Sooner fans will enjoy watching these two play together just as much as they enjoy doing it. Marianne Maestri, OU Nightly.
Excited about the basketball team. Excited that these young players have 4 veterans, returning veterans to look up to kind of lead them, you know, as they get comfortable with the team.
Yeah. I like to see that our basketball program, you know, it has a future. They're building that foundation to keep it going for years to come, and that's something that, you know, we haven't seen here in recent years, but it's been a huge change over the past few seasons. And they keep improving each year, so
every
year. Doing good.
That's exciting.
Thank you so much, Courtney.
And still to come on OU Nightly, we'll have a look at the game day forecast if you're thinking about traveling to Waco.
And it's 800 pounds, 12 feet long, and it's shopping at your favorite mall. Straight ahead on OU Nightly.
I'm Anna Whitney at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Governor Mary Fallin appointed Melissa McLaughlin Houston interim labor commissioner after the August murder of former Commissioner Mike Costello. Fire crews worked to extinguish a grass fire in northwest Oklahoma City this afternoon. The fire that neared back fences of some houses burned nearly 80 acres of land. And an OKC man made an 8-foot jump from a garage window after an explosion and a fire that the deputy fire chief said was set intentionally. That's update. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Anna. And a massive 12-foot alligator decided it was due time for a shopping spree in Houston this weekend. A dental hygienist / alligator trapper on the side was called out to a mall parking lot on Saturday to capture the huge gator. Look at that, nicknamed Godzilla. Of course, the trappers had to employ the help of a forklift to transport Godzilla to an alligator sanctuary. And I'm not sure how you lose a 800-pound alligator.
You know, but to each his own.
To each his own. And Mandy, can we get a look at that game day forecast?
Yeah, so if you're planning on traveling down to Waco this weekend for game day or for the game, it's going to be a chilly start in the morning, about 50 degrees at 9 a.m. We will warm up, but we will cool off again by the time the game starts. Now, clouds will start to increase towards the end of the game, and chances of rain also kind of increase as we go throughout the game.
All right, thank you. And thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College of Journalism.
Good night.
Have a good day.